Okay, it's April 16th, 2020. We're here with Sheriff Honsal for his media availability. And we'll just start off with our media questions here. In the month since the shelter-in-place order was established, how many misdemeanors and felonies has HCSO cited? And is this up or down from the same period last year?
So when we take a snapshot of the month of March, we had approximately 36 citations issued for misdemeanor felony conviction or felony offenses here in the county. And we also had 11 warrant arrests that we issued citations for in lieu of taking them to jail. So that is down from the previous months. We took a snapshot of January since it had 31 days. And so in January we have approximately 43 misdemeanor felony citations and 17 misdemeanor arrests. One other important stat too is our moving violation citations are way down in March, in part because there's less people on the roadway. And so we're seeing less people are getting cited for those moving violations.
Has HCSO had to furlough any employees or volunteers in the past month? And if so, how many?
So we have not furloughed any employees. We are the essential services here. We do have people that are working from home and are telecommuting, but for the most part, people are coming to work. They're working, and we have deputy sheriffs on the street. We're on an emergency 12-hour schedule. We have our correctional deputies that are working our correctional facilities that are covering 24/7, 365 days. And so we're coming to work. We're showing to work, and so we're here for you.
And has COVID, or this whole incident, had any impact on Measure Z funding that the office receives?
Well, Measure Z funding comes from a sales tax, and so we're going to see a steep decline in sales tax revenue. Also, the state has given the opportunity for businesses to defer sales tax, and so they basically have until next, end of June to pay their sales tax that they're accruing right now. And so that could be an issue for the county. It could be an issue across the state as far as funding for the state and local agencies. It is definitely going to make an impact.
What is the current population of the jail right now compared to the same time last year?
So right now our jail population is about 230. So that is a huge decrease what it was last year. Last year our average daily population was in the 390s. So our max capacity is 417, and we were right around max pretty much the whole year. And then coming up right against COVID, we had 400 plus. And so we've released, 170 inmates essentially in the last month or so, through different means and those kind of things.
And the Federal Bureau of Prisons confined all inmates to their cells for 14 days to stop the spread of COVID-19. Is this being done in our local jail? And what services do inmates have access to at this time?
Okay, yeah, this is something that we implemented from really the very beginning. Once we knew that our vulnerable population in the jail could be affected by COVID, and it could essentially go right through the jail like wildfire, we implemented a plan to immediately quarantine those that came into our facility for 14 days. They're monitored every day, multiple times a day, by our medical staff, and their temperature is taken, checking for symptoms and those kind of things. And so we've had people that have been into quarantine, now they're in general population now. So it is working. We have not had a case of COVID yet in the jail, and so we're very happy about that. We do have some plans in place that if we do get someone in custody that does have COVID, we have the ability to care for them as long as their symptoms pretty much stay mild. If they do have respiratory distress, obviously it's going to be a medical emergency. We will take them to the hospital, and they'll get all the medical treatment that any other person can receive.
Okay. And then, a lot of people are facing layoffs and things like that, but we're actually hiring here at the Sheriff's Office, is that correct?
Yeah, so Sheriff's Office is still hiring. We're hiring dispatchers, we're hiring correctional deputies, deputy sheriffs. So please look at our website, humboldtgov.org, and or humboldtsheriff.org, and that you can actually see all of our openings that we do have in the Human Resources Department. So we're still hiring. Over this next week, we are starting to open up services here at the Sheriff's Office. So you're going to see our window open up. We're going to start rolling out some of the services because we are essential. We need to be open to the public, and so we are going to urge other county departments to do the same. And so we can start opening things back up. So you will start seeing services here at the Sheriff's Office, live scan, and those kind of things kind of opening up so we can start again, opening government back up.
Great. And then I also know that this week is National Telecommunications, National Emergency Telecommunicators Week.
Yes.
Can you talk for a minute about that?
Yeah, that means it's Dispatcher Appreciation Week. Okay, so we rely on our dispatchers to obviously triage those 911 calls. They're the voice in the middle of the night that is the calm voice that gets the complaint, gets the person that's experiencing the emergency, and then filters that information, provides us that vital information so we can respond to those emergencies. And dispatchers, just like law enforcement, work 24/7. They work holidays, nights, weekends, and they're always there for anyone to call 911. These people are literally our lifeline in so many different ways, and this is our week to appreciate them. And so I just want to take this time to appreciate every single one of them. Over this last year, we've had a hiring push for more dispatchers. Right now, we're getting to near full staff, and so we're very, very appreciative of that. We have our trainers and our manager to thank. Morgan Schlesinger has been key in this whole thing, and so we really appreciate her and her leadership through the whole time. So we appreciate them, and so if you do happen to call our dispatch center, just make sure you tell them Happy Telecommunications Week, Happy Dispatcher Week this week. That's much easier to say. Yeah.
Is there anything else that you want the community to know for today?
I think that's it for today. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.